Hi everybody, thank you for tuning in. In this video, I just want to do an update from my last upload. Everything will be in the description box below. In the last video, we discussed how we're literally seeing Ezekiel chapter 4 seemingly come to pass before our very eyes. We also discussed how we could decipher the 390 days that Ezekiel was commanded to turn on his left side could be the 390 years from the beginning of America. And so in Ezekiel chapter 4, we also hear that Ezekiel is then commanded to turn on his right side for 40 years to bear the iniquity of Judah. Now, since he already bore the iniquity of the house of Israel, and next it's Judah, Judah generally serves as the protector and lawgiver. So I was thinking of the apocalypse of weeks in the book of Enoch. And what you see on your screen, we are in this time right now. And so it seems Ezekiel 4 verse 6 would be fulfilling, and a law shall be for the sinners. So we could start to get a glimpse into the future of New York. Now, if you'll excuse me, here is Ezekiel 4:6. Now, when studying the apocalypse of weeks from the book of Enoch, a lot seems to happen. I will leave in the description box below. I've done studies on this, how Christ should be returning in 1,000 years, in one more day, according to the prophecy of Hosea 6 that you see on your screen. I did studies on this, and they're worth watching because I found some amazing things. And I mean, literally 2013 or the end of the Mayan calendar in 2012 perfectly fits the second day of Hosea 6 verse 2. So I'll leave that in the description box below. But when studying the apocalypse of weeks in the book of Enoch, we'll find that a lot has to happen within this 1,000 years, and that's seemingly impossible. Now, it is generally the mainstream interpretation of the length of a week is 7 years from the prophecies of Daniel. But the apocalypse of weeks from the book of Enoch clearly say that a week could also be 7 generations. So, the verse right before this that you see on your screen, Enoch says, within the first week, I was born, the seventh from Adam. So clearly, in context, a week could also be 7 generations. So when studying the apocalypse of weeks of the book of Enoch, I'm looking at the future of what could be happening at ground zero. And there's no way that all this stuff could fit within 1,000-year time frame. Because, again, I'm going to repeat myself. While studying this, 7 years for a week also fits. The box that you see on your screen could fit 7 years from 2015. But clearly, studying the book of Enoch, it also means 7 generations. You might notice the box that you see on your screen is not only referring to the time that we're living in right now, but is simultaneously referring to the days of Noah. So it's very interesting. So what I'm trying to get at is, I was studying the apocalypse of weeks, trying to figure out, well, what is the future for New York? And how does this fit into 1,000 years? And it's impossible for it to all fit into 1,000 years. So the Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 gives us a big hint that after this man is saved, he will fulfill a long time. So here we are, going back to the verse in Hosea. We have one more day until the second coming of Christ. Now, you'll notice in 2 Peter 3:8, a day is as 1,000 years. But when we look up the Strongs and we look the meaning of 1,000 in the Greek, it means an uncertain affinity, meaning the relationship of things coming together whenever they may come to pass. So it's very interesting. I'll link this below. Though studying the prophecies of Hosea, 1,000 years seems to work perfectly for the first and second day. It seems the third day, when Christ returns, would be an uncertain affinity, just whenever it just happens to come to pass. And so that's the only way all this will make sense. So I just want to share this with you guys, just a glimpse into our future. Very, very interesting. Everything will be in the description box below. I pray this was clear and people could be following me. God bless you. Have a good night.